you know, when you came in, obviously, I mean, you got signed when you were 6 years old.
Yeah.
And again, growing from a boys to men, I want to talk about one of the topics this week that came up was writing, you know, and ghostwriting, or even when they get credit. And it's accepted. I think maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, they'd be like, get out of here with that.
Right.
Nobody seems to really care anymore. What I want to do with you is I want to kind of track your career writing. So
Right. Okay.
when you first was getting written for, when you first transitioned to writing for yourself,
All right.
I guess the first thing, can you list the people that have written for you or written with you throughout your career?
Yeah.
Definitively, this is the definitive list.
Yeah. This is dope because I never really did this before. But Kurupt wrote my first song ever. Two songs, a song called Dave and this other one called After 3 p.m. It's on YouTube. I just posted it on my Instagram.
Right.
Kurupt wrote for me. Brat, JD, of course. My man Slim from Queens. We do a lot of stuff together. And my man Rock from Newark. I got a lot of East Coast niggas that I had on my squad. That's it. Here's a little gem. When I was living in New York and I was hosting 106 in Park, when I was ready, I was so busy I just didn't have time to get to the studio. Like I didn't step in the studio for 2 years when I was hosting 106. So I reached out to Kiss. Like, no bullshit. Like, I just did not have the fucking time to get in the studio and write, but I wanted to keep the wheel moving.
Right.
So I reached out to Kiss like, yo, I ain't got time, my nigga. Me and Kiss, I fuck with Kiss. I like, yo, dog, I'll up the bag. Like, I just ain't got time. I need 10 things. Crazy. ASAP.
Right.
Like, ASAP. And my nigga like, shit, it's nothing. Because at the end of the day, it's about the delivery and it's about the song. You know what I mean? They don't get on R&B. Like, Beyonce don't write everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Jermaine wrote the whole Confessions out.
Whole Confessions, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't see nobody saying, oh, it didn't come from...
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, it's hard to write shit. And then if you write for somebody, because you know how it's supposed to sound, it's hard for a motherfucker to deliver it like how you did it.
Right.
So it could be tough either way it goes. But those are the only people that wrote with me or that act. Oh, and Tip. I'm sorry. How could I leave Tip?
I was gonna be like that.
Oh shit. Yeah, Tip. My bad. Yeah, those are the only guys that ever rocked with me like that. And I ain't gonna say no names, but it's a lot of big dogs in the game. And I know this for a fact because he told me. Nigga was like, I ain't write none of this shit.
Right.
But because I got the look, and because I'm stamped, and because I'm an icon, and I got that muscle behind me, and they know I done did my shit, but I ain't got time for that shit no more.
Right.
That plaque, mom, that one, I ain't write that. I ain't write that. I ain't write.
These are big dogs in the game.
Big dog. A big dog.
So you can say some days. It's just me and you here. None of these cameras is here right now.
I never do him dirty like that.
I feel you.
So, but just know, a lot of these niggas, even the ones that we consider legends and, oh my God, he's a God MC, they done had songs written for. Because you got to think sometimes they can do the bar shit, but they might have problems doing a record like, I want some melodic, but and somebody got to come in and do it.
Right. Yep. I think Snoop was vocal about his part on Still D.R.E. He's like, Jay wrote the whole thing. Jay wrote my part. Like,
Jay,
it was
Nas.
hot. Yeah.
No, Jay wrote Still Dre.
Yep. He wrote, yep.
Nas wrote something for Dre.
Probably. I without looking it up, without having it for me, yeah.
And then I know Eminem wrote some shit for Dre. Like, I could tell, but don't nobody question Dre though.
Right.
And the reason why is because he found the talent.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's the producer, so he has a whole vision for the record.
Yeah, so he gets the ultimate pass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The ultimate pass. So
what was the first record? I'm glad. Thank you for like establishing that. Now we got the definitive list. What was the first record that Bow wrote for himself?
First record, I was 14. I did Basketball. Me and Fab.
You and Fab. So you had so the first record that you say, listen, I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? On my own, you gonna head up against Los.
Yeah, but as a kid, I knew I can get away with it as far as like, it ain't gonna be no, oh, he bodied him or he bodied him. But it was an argument in the studio because I was like, JD, I was like, dog, I wanna write my shit, bro. Like, I already done wrote the Curtis Blow part, like Basketball. Like, I kept the same cadence in some of the words and just switched a little bit, but I'm like, nah, man, this next verse, let me do it. I want to do it. Let me do it. And, you know, and it came out right. Like for a 14-year-old, I got the rock in my hand. Ain't no telling what I'm gonna do with it. When I got possession, I'm act a fool with it. I might cross you up a fake one way, turn around and hit you with the MJ. Like I was that's 14. Like I was like, I'm like, shit, all right. Then JD was like, okay.
That's
all
good.
right, I might let you get in on some sessions when we writing with you. And that's how I started. So I had to make JD believe that I could do it. And then once I did it by getting written for so long, you build so much style, and then I learned how to come in, or I started to learn how to count bars, or this is an 8, or this is a 12, or this is a 16. And once I got the whip for that, it just became easy at that point.
Nowadays, with this new project, you got Greenlight coming, you got an album coming down the road.
Right.
Are you writing? Are you still collaborating with writers?
The whole shit. I don't need no help now.